Hello.
Hello.
Right. So I've been looking forward to this so much because Kinder is one of those. In fact, can I tell you the personal history of Kinder for me?
You can, darling. Please do.
So I got into Doctor Who when I was about 9 or 10, and it was the fault of one of the nicest and most magnificent people I know, Mr. Paul Pratt. What a hero that man is.
What a legend.
And I remember standing in the playground at Birdsbush Primary School saying, so is there like the man inside the other man where he changes? And Paul's like, no, it's not really like that. And then we watched the Five Doctors constantly and made board games, and then we met John, and Doctor Who was a thing. Then, some years later, 5 or 6 years later, I made the foolish mistake of thinking that other things were more important than Doctor Who, like girls and drinking and stuff. Whereas in actual fact, there is a balance in life, and Doctor Who exceeds all, apart from my mighty wife.
Thank you.
And so, just before going to university, during sixth form, I kind of lost touch with Doctor Who a little bit. Me and Paul drifted apart for a while, and John. And then I came to university. And it only took until the second year, I think, or maybe the third year of university. I was living in a house in a place in Sheffield called Crooksmoor. And I, one day, after having written an essay, let's say, in an English style, was walking down a part of town called the Moor, or the Moor, if you say it wrong. And you can't pronounce it the Moor.
Everyone calls it the Moor.
No, that's wrong. It's the Moor.
No,
It's
spelled M-O-O-R. It's
Moor. Moor, yeah.
Floor.
Anyway,
Floor.
so I got down the end of the Moor, which is a place that I've now reacquainted myself. You don't care about that. And anyway, there's a guy selling videos. And one of the videos on this, like for like a couple of quid, one of the videos on this stand was Kinder. And I thought to myself, oh, no, I watched Doctor Who for a while. I'm going to buy Kinder. So I bought Kinder and went home and watched it. And it was this story that got me back into Doctor Who. And then...
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, Chris didn't know. Why would I have told you that? And then subsequent to that...
You've told me a lot of boring stories.
Yeah, that's very true. Subsequent to that, got back in touch with Paul and John. Absolute, marvellous fellows, both of them, or whatever the doctor says at that time. And that, cemented back. So, it took 2 or 3 years out. You can see the run of Doctor Who magazine stops and then starts again. Right, so, Kinder. I have to say, you go from 4 to Doomsday, which is a sort of like a Doctor Who story that's trying to be a Doctor Who story, a good Doctor Who story, to this, which is just quite unlike anything we've seen before. It's does that thing that I think JNT Doctor Who does now and again, and I think we'll see this hopefully quite a lot, where it's quite clearly a television programme, but it feels stagey, it feels like a play almost, and I love that. I think Doctor Who works in that context, and we're going to see that again with things like the Happiness Patrol. I just think it works. In addition to that, this feels quite unlike anything we've had before. And part of that is Davison, because I just genuinely think Davison in this comes across as a reasonable man. There's no bombast or ridiculousness, and it's just like, well, just imagine we're innocent until we do something daft, and then you can shoot us. Oh yeah, all right, we'll do that. Absolutely brilliant. I love the whole setup of Diva Loca. I obviously know what's coming. I'm going to ask Liv what she thinks. Oh, question in a minute, but there we go. I know what's coming. I think this whole world is fantastic. What a great creation. I love the absurdity of Todd and Hindle and the other one, Richard Zakana. But Robert's disappeared. Anyway, I love how ridiculous. It's like it ain't half hot, Mom, but in space, and that's just, and I love that, and I like the fact that Hindle, to start with, is a bit ridiculous, and then gets unhinged, and I think, and Liv might disagree, I think it's actually quite unnerving at the end when he's taking control of the two Kinder, and he, I have the power of life and death over you all, which is ridiculous, but in the context of what I've gone before, I actually find that quite unnerving. This is brilliant. Oh, and the stuff with Tegan as well. Obviously, at this point, we don't really know what's going on, But that looks quite unlike anything Doctor Who's done since, I hate to say it 'cause I cite this all the time, since The Mind Robber, I would say. I think. I can't think of really anything. Anyway, Liv, what did you think? Nice and loud so everybody can hear.
Well, I thought it was interesting.
That's a good start.
But, well, interesting in the sense that I don't know what's going on, but you should expect that because we're only 25% of the way through the story. If I knew what was going on in its entirety, I would be disappointed. However, I have questions. Like, I thought they were taking Tegan back to Earth.
Well, because Nyssa fainted, they had to make an emergency landing so they could look after her.
Really? See, that just seems ridiculous that I'd just rather go, oh, Nissa's fainted but actually seems fine. Fine enough to be outside playing a game with Adric.
She looked poorly.
So rather than just going to where we thought we were going to and getting some actual assessment and medical help done. And also, why does it matter in terms of, like, don't they have medical things on the TARDIS? Anyway, so I just can't see how it's safer to land on a random planet. That
It's a really nice planet.
They didn't know that when they landed there. They didn't know anything about it. It could be a totally hostile, terrible planet.
Anyway, yeah.
There could be Daleks running around
There's
everywhere.
no Daleks.
Well, we don't know that. That's the point. Anyway, so that's one of my questions. The other question is, Tegan, what the fuck? And another question...
Well, that's kind of built into the story. That's okay.
Yeah, well, I think that might actually give me nightmares. It was quite creepy.
Watch another one if you want.
No, thank you. Not tonight, I'm very tired.
Because I kind of feel we could because of the Monday, Tuesday... Anyway, moving on.
Because the Monday, Tuesday what?
Because these were shown on a Monday and a Tuesday, like twice a week. So you can almost
When did
legitimise...
that happen?
I told you that, Daisy.
I knew they'd been twice a week, but I didn't realise it was Monday, Tuesday.
I think it's a Monday, Tuesday.
I sort of assumed... For some reason, I assumed it was Thursday, Saturday.
No, it's not on a Saturday.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I've obviously fallen asleep at that part. But then I think the actual story from the point of view of what's going on with the Kinder is quite interesting. Like, you know, the thought of
Love
this
the Kinder.
primitive but totally advanced psychic. You know, I think there's some sort of holistic herby stuff going on.
They're tripping all the time.
Yeah,
they're off the
it feels
nut.
a bit trippy.
Very
so I like
trippy.
that. But I have to say, I haven't really warmed to the Doctor yet. I feel bad about it because obviously I can sort of remember this Doctor.
Yeah.
Like I will have seen some Doctor Who with this Doctor in as a child, very vague memories of it. But also, I kind of feel like I should like him because I liked his character in All Creatures Created.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
When he was the hapless vet. But
That's
the
meta
hapless
TV,
brother.
that is.
But yeah, I'm just not warming to him at all. I don't know why. Adric is getting on my tits
Oh,
again.
no.
But you know.
There's a bit where he goes, like in a pantomime.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
No.
I don't like the Sergeant Major Bug. He's obviously a BMP knobhead.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's his character. And then Hindle or whatever his name is, who's gone slightly
nuts.
potty. Like, I know that feeling. I've lived on the edge. Oh, can I just say, why is the Doctor's outfit so skimpy?
Do you mean Todd? Nerys Hughes? Juliet Bravo? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, like why does she need to? Why would you have such a low cut busty top as a Doctor?
I don't know.
I find it slightly offensive,
But
very offensive.
Can I just say?
The male gaze,
Yes.
etc.
I love the relationship between her and the Doctor already. I think that sort of...
It wouldn't surprise me if they got married in real life.
That sort of companion...
That's how rumours start.
That sort of...
That's how rumours start.
one story companion really works well for this Doctor. Much better than the younger kids.
Story companion.
As in when you get a guest star who you think, oh, that could be a good companion.
Oh.
Unless she turns into a baddie, which she might do. She might
Which
die.
would be awesome. I don't think she will though. I'm not getting baddie vibes from her.
Well, you see, she's Juliet Bravo, and everybody knows her as Juliet Bravo. Do you remember Juliet Bravo?
No, and she seems really nice and...
I think it's Juliet Bravo.
She seems quite
I think her name's
wholesome
Nerys Hughes.
and clever and switched on and sensible. So why does she have to wear such a revealing outfit?
Is it okay for me to say Precious just wants to?
No,
Okay, I won't say that.
that is such a...
It's such a man thing to say, yes, okay. Right.
I'm going to give you a sexism warning.
So listen, I flipping love this. I love this.
I'm not sold on it yet.
Oh man, I love this. Flipping love this.
Trippy, nightmare, sexism.
Awesome. We've talked for 10 minutes about this.
Wow. Time to go.
Significant story. Bye.
Flashlight warning.